Okay, guys. So today I want to talk a little bit about this run that I did over this last weekend on Saturday, and I've been talking about it for a long time. I know I'm going to be one of those guys who's been like a broken record, just flooding the posts with all this. But there's been a lot of a deep rooted, I think, purpose behind this for me. So I just am in a place where I've just wanted to really share it with others, knowing that I'll probably annoy some, but I might inspire others. And see, that's the point. It's not about, sometimes it's easy to get maybe gun shy when it comes to sharing things. I've been there. I went through my time where I didn't want to share anything and I wanted to kind of stay quiet. When I found out about my dad passing, I just had a lot of grief and a lot of, it was very hard for me to deal with that. And the only thing that I knew how to do was to, let it out somehow, some way. I have to get this energy out of me to try to deal with this. And in the hopes that, that somebody can identify that might be struggling with something similar, and there's just a way to connect and kind of put that out into the to the universe. So this run this Saturday was something out of this world. I can't explain it. I read David Goggins' book a couple of times before going out and doing this, and was super inspired. And obviously I'm nothing on that level, and it's not even about that. In his book, it's not even, he says it himself, it's not about being at his level. It's about getting better every day and being more of who you are, so that you can get out of this area where you think that you've hit your limit. And that's exactly, for me, what I had to go through, because a few days before the race, my hip was hurting because the prior week I just overtrained, right? Like, I didn't really need to go as hard as I did going into this race. It's fine. It's not a regret, but I didn't. So, it was a perfect setup to where I had all this pain in my hip, and the odds were against me in my mind, and that was the story that I was creating. So by the time I got to Saturday morning, I was on my second mile, and I was like already hurting. My hip was killing me. And I just knew that I had to keep going. I knew I was going to have to get deep, dark into that mental basement and start to deal with some of this stuff, and that ultimately I was going to come out. And there was no way to avoid the pain that was about to happen. But something magical really happened, and it was about mile 51 and a half. So that's 51:50, actually. I thought that was funny. But by mile 51 and a half, I just clicked. It was like I went crazy in my mind. I said, we're going to turn it on and we're going to go. And at this point, from about mile 40 to 51 and a half, there was just a lot of walking, and it was tough. I was feeling the pain. And I just let it go for that last probably like 5.5 miles. I just went for it. I was able to grab one of the quotes that I put out on the course that I set with a quote from my dad, or that came from somewhere that I put on a picture of my dad, should I say. And I grabbed this thing and I said, "This one's for you, Dad." And I ran that last 5.5 miles as fast as I could. Felt like I was running like 6 or 7 minute miles, but in reality I was running like 9:50 to 10 and a half. But that's not the point. I mean, I was giving it everything I got at that deep into the race, and I prior to going out there, I never ever would have thought that was even possible. And so, you read this book like with David Goggins and other, books out there that I have also read, but this one his resonates a lot with me. You really you haven't even tapped in to your best or your limits when you're thinking you're done. And that was really true for me, and I feel like I even had more to go. But at the end of the day, the race was 57 miles, and I'm just glad that I was able to do it and honor my dad. And now I feel like I can go inside and still have time to heal from this grief, but it's just been my way of honoring him and spreading, inspiration to others who might be going through a hard time. Lung cancer is a deadly disease, and it takes a lot of people's lives short. So, we were able to raise over $4,000 for lung cancer, which was really an amazing thing. So I appreciate anybody who was able to participate in the event. and also donate. And this is day, I don't know, 33 or 34 at this point of a video day for 365 days. We're not stopping. Again, that this is a great log of 2023. So have a good one.